Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Vintage Cube Draft, where we have an excellent pack to start. Lots of good cards. I think we're going to be taking Mana Drain. Very good card. I mean, 2 mana, like it's Counterspell, which is already a really good card with tons of upside because it makes you all this mana. I don't think Savannah is great, but Blood Crypt and Tundra are both definitely first pickable. So is Hull Breacher, and maybe even Expressive Iteration. Lots of good blue stuff here. Outside of lands and blue cards, Urza's Saga is a card that I think is a solid first pick, but we'll take the Mana Drain. Great pickup. A little sad to pass the Hull Breacher, also sad to pass, I mean, a lot of good stuff. We're passing Tundra and Expressive Iteration, so someone in the draft will likely be playing blue-white, and someone else will be playing blue-red. So that pushes me slightly towards blue-black. I don't think blue-green is as good of a color combination. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what we get past. I'm not going to read too much into that. Wow, okay. So there's Time Twister. If we take a Hull Breacher, we could just slam Time Twister, and that would be kind of sweet. There's also Palace Jailer, which is definitely the best card in the pack, other than maybe Time Twister. Snuff Out's also good, but there's also Watery Grave. And honestly, I think I'm going to take the Watery Grave. I don't love the plan of taking Time Twister, having just passed a card that combos with it. Definitely could take Palace Jailer, but we just passed Tundra. We're going to wheel a good black card in this pack. I think I'm taking Watery Grave. As good as this card is, maybe so. This card is kind of similar to Seasoned Dungeoneer. I think I might take the Dungeoneer here. It's easier to cast, and I think it's maybe even slightly better. Although hard to say. Palace Jailer is definitely excellent. But yeah, I think I'll take the Watery Grave. Close pick. Definitely could imagine regretting this, but I love just having good mana early on. Now I'll take Miscalculation. Great pickup. Not really a consideration for anything else. Virtue of Persistence would be a nice wheel if it comes around. But yeah, we'll take the Miscalc. Interesting. So there's an Archon of Cruelty if we want to consider going in a Reanimator direction. There's also some good Jund lands. I think I'm just going to take Lorien Revealed, though. It already finds Watery Grave, so it's already a helpful card. And then it's just a nice card, too. It helps us to mitigate Mana Flood. We can Mana Drain into Lorien Revealed, which is pretty nice. It's good to see a lot of cards in our colors in this pack, but I think Lorien Revealed is going to be the best one. If we end up playing... If we end up playing just blue-black, then this is a little less important, but it already is nice, and then it will be great if we end up playing a third color, or a fourth, or perhaps a fifth. Very flexible start. This is exactly the kind of spot I like to be in after 4 picks. We can go in a lot of different directions here. Could be blue-black Reanimator, could be Esper Control, could be mono-blue Artifacts. The best thing we could get here realistically would maybe be Orcish Bowmaster, or like Thoughtseize, or honestly just like a cheap interactive blue or black card. So maybe it's too early to have like one particular card that we're really hoping to find. Alright, yeah, we'll find that. The ideal card would be any 1 or 2 mana piece of interaction. Instead we see Reanimate, which is pretty interesting. I'll take that. I mean, we could just go all in and pivot a little bit. We could also just play this though in a control deck. It's just a good card in general. I don't love that there's no blue in this pack. But yeah, I'm definitely taking Reanimate. Very good pickup. We'll see where we go from here. We just passed Archon. I think it's pretty unlikely we end up being all in on Reanimator, but we could. Definitely 5th pick Reanimator is a signal. That's not a card that goes 5th very often. There's a period where I thought Reanimator was the best deck. I think that's probably not true anymore, but it's still very good. They just added a little bit more graveyard hate, and people just... Vintage Cube is in a good spot right now where, like, it's laissez-faire. Adam Smith would be proud. Like, the free market is basically just, like, reshaping it constantly. So for a while, like, the aggro decks were busted because no one drafted them, so you could always get, like, you get, like, 8th pick Dahlia. And then people realized that was busted, and they were like, okay, we'll start taking those. And then Reanimator became the best, but then people started taking both, either playing Reanimator more or picking up Graveyard Hate for it, and that sort of balanced it out again. So I don't think there's a clear best deck at the moment. Okay, good pack here. Fire Covenant's broken. Brainstorm looks kind of nice here. It's good with Lorien Revealed. And there's also Infernal Grasp, but I think I just like taking the Flooded Strand here. Yeah, these cards are good, but they're not, like, incredible. It takes a pretty special card to be better than a fetch land in this position. Okay, interesting. So I don't think we can be, like, full on blue black. If we could go Grixis, and then the question is Bloodtithe Harvester or Firebolt. Harvester is a little bit better if we're playing Reanimate, but Firebolt's just like a better card. I think I'm gonna take just the better card here. Like we need some removal. Firebolt's great. Yeah, let's take this. Kind of close pick. Whoa, super late Hallowed Fountain. Also Ash Barrens, a lot of good stuff here. But yeah, I'll take the Hallowed Fountain. That's pretty absurd. Okay, so what are our colors here? Are we gonna be? I mean, we could take Blood Crypt and just set up to be blue, black, like every color except green, basically. I think that is the pick here. Interesting mana base for sure. Okay, I'll take a Burst Lightning. I think that's better than Silent Clearing here. Yeah, love having 2 cheap burn spells. That's a great place to be. I guess I'll let them call Lori and reveal the 5-drop. Interesting. I think I'll take Virtue of Persistence. Rolling Earthquake is a consideration as well. It is a sort of nice board sweeper. Maybe that's worth it, but I like this card a lot, actually. Cheap removal spell that also even gains you life and then gives you some inevitability in the late game. It's a little bit less flexible. If we had no removal spells, I would take the Rolling Earthquake. But given that we already have a few, I think I feel comfortable taking Virtue of Persistence. Great start. I love this style of deck. I want some gold cards. Some powerful gold cards would be nice. Beseech the Mirror is not where it's at. Let's take Dam. Pretty good pickup. We might be able to cast either half of this, which is nice. Just the flexibility of if we have double white, we can sweep the board. Yeah, we have great removal now. 4 removal spells, 2 counter spells. So that's pretty nice. We're looking at playing no green. We could just pivot and be 5 color, but I think I'll take the Bitter Reunion here. It's not super exciting, but it's good if we end up with some Reanimator shenanigans, and even if we don't, just like a solid card selection. Lets us to dig through our deck and find our action. So now we have 4 removal spells, 2 counters, 2 pieces of card draw. Wow, late Fire Covenant is great news. This deck is looking great. The interaction is on point, the fixing is on point. We can interact with in multiple ways. We don't have good threats yet, and we have only okay card draw. So that's what we need to work on, but we have plenty of time for that. Heartbeat of Spring can go straight to the sideboard, and what do we want now? There is Entomb, so that's an option. We could take Entomb and then just have Entomb Reanimate. This would also be a really good deck for Kroxa, or we could take Ponder. And I think I'm honestly not going to go towards Reanimator. Like, it's cut. We could take this and try, like, fight for it. And that would give us a high upside. But I think it's still just better to take Ponder here and try to wheel Kroxa. We got a really late Fire Covenant. Yeah, I think that's the right line here. Kind of close. Entomb is so good. Like, this 2-card combo can just win the game on its own, but I still think I'm going to take the Ponder. Okay, a lot of good stuff here. Toxic Deluge would be nice if we were worried about creatures, but I'm not too worried about those. Wooded Foothills does not get white or black right now. It just gets, it doesn't get white or blue. It just gets black and red. I think it's still the pick, though. There's Zealous Conscript if we end up doing some twin stuff. Ledger Shredder could end up being good here. Library is a solid card, but yeah, let's just take the Wooded Foothills. Pretty nice pickup. Okay, there's Rogran Triome, which I think I'm just going to take. There's also Shieldred, which is nice, and like kind of Solitude, but we actually don't have any white cards right now. Prismari Command's fine, but yeah, let's just take Rogran Triome. That gives us really good mana for Jeskai. Yeah, sorry, Shieldred. Ooh, okay. I think I'll take a Jace here. Lingering Souls is pretty good too, but yeah, I think I like taking Jace. Powerful card. We need a little bit of card draw. Plays well with all of our cheap removal. Yeah, we'll go with this. That's our first like real threat. Now we can take Colonnade, I think. Daze is fine. Kaito is fine. Neither are super exciting. I don't think we need Damnation here when we already have Fire Covenant. It might come around. I would like to wheel either one of this and Toxic Deluge, but we also even have Dam, so Dam and Damnation. Let's take the Colonnade. Funny that we have no white cards other than Dam, which is like only partially a white card, but I still think I like having the free splash here. We'll get some white cards for sure. Teferi would be a great pickup for this deck with multiple 2-mana interactive spells that are instant speed. So I mean, our mana's looking great. Flooded Strand can get all of our colors. Wooded Foothills can get all of our colors. This is three, a few duels. Lorien Revealed can get all of our colors. So yeah, the mana's looking good. Spells are looking good. The curve is looking good. Really no glaring weaknesses other than still, I guess, the lack of win conditions, which is usually the least concerning part of a deck. Hmm. Wow, a lot of good stuff here. There's Kiki Jiki if we want to go in that direction. Airtide Resurrected, Kolaghan Command, and Teferi are all good cards in our colors. And then there's Forked Bolt. I think Teferi is the pick. I do love Kolaghan Command for sure, but I think Teferi is just like kind of too good to pass here. Yeah, great pickup. Okay, not too much that I'm interested in this pack. Pylon is not as good when we're light on creatures. We actually have no creatures, so Convoke is looking a little dicey. I might just take Faithless Looting actually. It's good with Reanimate. Like it gives us, yeah. Well, I guess if we have no creatures, it's not good with Reanimate. But I still think it's the pick. Really hoping to wheel Croxa. Croxa looks incredible for this deck. I think it's pretty likely it does come around. It's a good card, but it's not amazing in most decks. And we got the late Fire Covenant, but we'll see. Croxa would actually probably be the best card we could even get. Like I don't know, I don't remember exactly which pack the Croxa would be coming around in, but Croxa would be like better than pretty much any other card we could get at this stage of the draft. Ancestral Recall would be the best card. If I could get any card, I would certainly take Ancestral in this deck over Black Lotus or something like that. So hopefully we can get that in pack three, but obviously we're not going to be getting, what would that be? Eighth pick, eighth pick Ancestral Recall. I wonder what's the latest that card has ever gone. I think I've gotten Ancestral like third pick before. I guess it's gone to fourth, but I doubt it's ever gone past that. Okay. A lot of options here. There's another reanimation card. There's also just like Hard Evidence and Hymn to Torok. Honestly, I'm gonna take the Hymn. Like we're not really a reanimation deck. We're a control deck, and Hymn to Torok look good. We should have good enough mana that we can do it. I do need like a few more fetchable lands to really make to double black easy, but yeah, we can make that happen. Hymn to Torok, get in here, and then hopefully gonna see Croxa on the wheel. I'm pretty sure Croxa was in our first pack, so it would be the next one since we've taken 8 cards out of this pack. So really, really hoping for Croxa on the wheel. Yes, that is awesome. Vindicate looks good too. So does Prismatic Ending, but definitely taking Croxa. That's a perfect pickup for this deck. Like looting, Bitter Reunion to churn through our deck. Couple fetch lands, lots of cheap interaction. That's exactly what you want to pair with Croxa. So we're open to just go like turn 1, like Firebolt your dude, turn 2, him to Torlock your dude, turn 3 to Fairy, bounce your dude, and just like curve into a turn 4 or 5 Croxa. Okay, interesting. So Darkling Shores, Toxic Deluge, and Zealous Conscripts all look good. I think I'm not going to take the Conscripts. I don't really care about the Kiki combo. I also don't think we need a Deluge because we have such good... We have like 2 sweepers already. Maybe Damnation will even wheel. I think I would rather take this, especially with both Mana Drain and Hymn to Torlock in our deck. A land that can add both blue and black seems good. Close pick. We did not wheel the Dam. That's too bad. If I had known Dam wouldn't have come around, I might have taken Toxic Deluge. These cards are all unplayable for us. I can't really imagine a situation where I ever play any. Maybe there's a world where we back into a Stoneforge deck. Okay, Lingering Souls is a great pickup. Thirst for Discovery doesn't seem amazing in this deck. There's Dark Depths, which is kind of interesting, but I think I'll just take the Kaito. Kaito is, yeah, I think better for us. Kolaghan's Command Wield. Wow. That's great. And then last pick, Dumb Green Creature. I actually like that card. I think it's cool. But definitely not, not going to make a splash green. Okay, this deck is super well rounded. We don't really have any glaring weaknesses. Alright, lots of fetch lands here. I think I will take one of them. There's also Spell Pierce. But which land is the best if we want to take a fetch? Well, let's sort by color. I think we're pretty even. Yeah. I guess I mean, Marsh Flats is double on color. So maybe that just means it's the best for us. It can get Roggen Triome, Watery Grave, Hallowed Fountain, and Blood Crypt, so it can get all of our things. That probably means it's the best. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take this. It doesn't matter too much. Any fetch land is going to be great here, but I think Marsh Flats is slightly better. Okay, there's yet another reanimation card, but we're not on that plan. Um, we're not playing green, so I don't want Leavold. The One Ring is kind of interesting, but I might just take Reprieve. I don't think Mystical Tutor's good. Yeah, let's take a Reprieve. Good pickup. We got a bunch of counter magic early, but we haven't really gotten much since the first pack, so I like getting a bit more. There's a Teferi. That's awesome. Chrome Mox looks pretty good too, but we need a little bit more top end. Teferi's perfect. There's Unmarked Grave. We could have for Reanimator harder. We got an early Reanimate. We could have had Unmarked Grave, Persist, Entomb, Reanimate. Although we haven't actually seen any of the best targets. Like, yeah, there's Sarah's Emissary, but we don't have any big creatures to even reanimate at the moment. I still think this is better, though. Like, the linear Reanimator deck will be good in some matchups, but this is going to be more, like, sort of broadly powerful, I think. Okay, do we want Strip Mine or Plateau? I think I'm taking one of the lands here. Plateau seems pretty nice, actually. We don't have a red-white untapped land to fetch. We can get this with Flooded Strand and Wooded Foothills and Marsh Flats. Yeah, I think that actually helped our mana quite a bit. And Strip Mine, this isn't really the kind of deck that wants Strip Mine. We have no ways to recur it. We probably need lands more than our opponent does. So, I mean, I would play it for sure, but I don't think I'm going to take it over a really good land. Okay, are we worried about actually winning the game? We have a lot of card draw, but we are pretty light on win conditions. Pretty much just Lingering Souls and Kroxa. We kind of like a Jace Ultimate, but that's pretty tough. Probably getting one more win condition would be good. Something like Elspeth Sun's Champion. I think I'm going to just take Godless Shrine here. Fatal Push is good, but I just love having perfect mana. And, like, we have a lot of cheap removal already. This doesn't seem that important. Treachery is also an option. It's a good card. But yeah, let's take the Godless Shrine. This mana base is looking amazing. And we're still going to have plenty of playables. This is probably a 17 land deck, so we only need 2 more spells. Okay, Duretti looks great. Fiery Confluence is very good too. Also consider End Wrath of God, but I think Duretti is still the best bet. It's a little worse here where we don't have a bunch of artifacts other than the ones that Duretti makes, but I still think this is a pretty nice pickup for us. Probably a bit better than one of these other cards. Yeah. Okay, interesting. There's a scrub land, but at this point, I think Chandra might actually be the move. This is a pretty good deck for Chandra. You need to have lots of instants and sorceries, which we have. We have one creature and then a few planeswalkers, but the rest of our deck is pretty much all instants and sorceries. Yeah, this is honestly perfect for this deck. There's also Saheeli, which is fine, but I think Chandra is quite nice, actually. Sort of surprisingly. Whoa! Late Fractured Identity. That's incredible. Okay. So, I don't think we need Bonfire of the Damned. I'll just take a Spirebluff Canal. Bonfire's okay, but maybe Bonfire's better than I'm giving it credit for. But we have so many playables, so much removal. We also have like perfect fixing though. Maybe we just really don't even need Bitter or Spirebluff Canal. But with that being said, I like the idea of not playing too many basic islands in our like Kroxa deck. I think I'm gonna take the Canal. It's close. Bonfire is just like not that exciting. Okay, there's Gonti versus Sunbit Canyon versus Scrapwork Mutt. I think I'll take the Canyon. I realize it's like sort of a crazy number of lands, but I think that's good for this deck. Now I'll take a Thraben Inspector, which I actually think I'll probably play. Nothing here looks good at all. Really bad. Guess I'll take the 1-drop. Maybe Thraben Inspector doesn't make the main deck because it just is kind of underpowered. Bitter Reunion is not amazing, but I think it's probably worth it in our Kroxa deck. I will play Reanimate, even though it does nothing in our deck. We're just going to like kill or counter their creature and then reanimate their thing. I think that's still very good to play. This is basically a land. I mean, we could just play it like this with 16 lands plus Lorien revealed. Yeah, I think we need at least one more, though. So what would be the last cut? It could be Chandra. We just go very light on win conditions for game 1. Maybe just Bitter Reunion. think Faithless Looting is better than Bitter Reunion. Definitely cheaper. Yeah, I think I'll run it like this most likely with 4 basic lands. Oh wait, well that would be 17 lands plus Lorien Revealed. Maybe we can afford to go 16 lands plus Lorien Revealed. Okay, Click looks pretty nice. I think it's better than Currency Converter here. I love Currency Converter in general, but this isn't the best deck for it. Still solidly playable. Wait a second, actually is Zerda a playable card? Wait, I think we can use Zerda as our companion here. Oh, no, we can't. Dang. Because we could cut Virtue of Persistence, but we would have to cut Croxa, which is pretty bad. I mean, Croxa is like one of the best cards in our deck. We sort of built our deck very much with Croxa in mind, but getting a free Zerda is kind of nice. Then we would play Bitter Reunion. We need to play one more card. Could play Gifts Ungiven, which isn't amazing, but we can just gifts for value. But the problem is we're a little light on win conditions. Maybe we still do it though. Ah, this is so close. Zerda versus Croxa. This puts us kind of low on win conditions. I think I'm still going to do this though. Just having a companion is such a nice thing. Even though the companion is not that good. It's basically just a 3/3 for 3. But in this deck where we have like lots of removal and interaction, a 3/3 for 3 can actually be good. Yeah, weird situation, but I think I'm going to do that. Sort by color. So we're fairly even across the board, honestly. A little bit heavier on blue, I think. So we're going to have great mana. I'm not too worried about it. We could probably just do one of each. For blue, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's great. For white, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's great. For red, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. And for black, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's all totally fine. Alright, we'll run it like this. This deck seems pretty sweet. Losing Croxa does hurt a lot. In some matchups, we'll bring in Croxa if that's like an important part of our game plan. Because now we churn through our graveyard really quickly, but we actually don't have any ways to take advantage of that. Oh, also, Gifts is so good with Croxa. I think I'm still going to do this for game 1, though. It's very close. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Let me know in the comments if you think if you think Croxa is better than Zerda. The thing is, Croxa is like a card we have to draw, whereas Zerda is just always there. But in matchups where Croxa is good, like if we play against a if we play against a control deck that doesn't have exile-based removal, like if we're playing against blue-black control or like some sort of Rakdos mid-range deck, then I'll bring in Croxa for sure. But I think this is how I'm going to run it for game 1. Deck looks sweet. We have 6 Planeswalkers, 2 Board Sweepers, 3 counter spells, some solid card draw, some discard. Just a really flexible and powerful deck. See you in round 1. Alright, on the draw for round 1 against Sligo Yanks 1. This is actually, every deck wants to be on the play. I wish I won the die roll, but I think this deck is better on the draw than most because we have all these cheap interactive spells to help keep pace with what the opponent's doing. Okay, good hand. I want to get a black source with this Flooded Strand. Let me take a quick look at the mana base. What black fetchables do we have? We have the Blood Crypt. We have Watery Grave. Okay, so we'll just play Flooded Strand to grab the Watery Grave. Turn 2 into Torok, and a turn 3 Fire Covenant's a very strong start against pretty much any opponent. Jace, okay. We can kill that next turn. They won't be able to quite flip it. Because we're going to put 2 cards into the graveyard. Then even if they have a fetch land that's 3 and Jace just puts them to 4. Oh, do we want Godless Shrine instead? We have a lot of blue sources in our hand. So I think I would rather have... Well, we have a lot of white sources too. I guess I'll still take the blue. Gifts Ungiven. Kind of funny draw. Like, it's a weird card for us to be playing. It's sort of just because we need to play one more card since we had to make some cuts for Zerda. Pass turn. We're ready to Fire Covenant. If they I would love for them to play Ophiomancer or some Dumb little creature, because I think I want to kill this Jace even if they don't play another creature. Oh, they played Duress. Okay, well, they're going to get to flip their Jace then. Probably, unless we top deck another removal spell. It would be, I would love to just draw, like, either Teferi to bounce it, or just, like, some, like, Firebolt. Spiral of Canal, not great. Play it and pass and plan on cycling Rock and Triome. But they can flashback Duress to take our Zerda. I think I would rather cycle Rock and Triome than just put Zerda into my hand here. Kind of close, though. They discarded Tracks. Okay, well, hopefully I can find a Reanimate. And hopefully they don't have a Reanimate. They plus. Interesting. Corpse Dance. Okay, that's bad. It's not game over, but it's definitely bad. Oh, man. Okay, maybe it's game over now. Jeez. They get instant sorcery. No, instant creature, land, planeswalker. So they only get 4 cards. We could win here. Gonna be hard. Probably take Palace Jailer. And Palace Jailer is absolutely devastating against us. Because we just don't have... I guess Lingering Souls is a good way to fight it. They take Grief, Cryptic, Scrubland, and Liliana. I'm going to take 7, go to 10, they go to 27. Their thing gets exiled, so we're okay. If we find like a counterspell for their Grief, that'd be good. Lingering Souls is interesting. I think I'm going to just hold up Reprieve for this turn. I guess they can... no, I think we should, because I think it's very likely they're going to play the Grief. And we can still just give and give it if they don't. We could have played Lingering Souls, but I just don't think Lingering Souls does that much here. So they probably play Grief. We could just Gifts in response, honestly. Oh, whoa, they play something else. Looks like a Mind Twist, which I'm definitely going to Reprieve. But that's bad. Miscalc, nice. Very, very good draw here, because we can play Lingering Souls and still hold up Miscalc. They could go for Duress, which would be savage. I think it's unlikely they go for that line, though. I mean, it kind of signals that we have something if we just don't flashback the Lingering Souls. I think it's still worth it to do this, though. Really hoping they try to take out our hand again. Oh. Interesting. So we could have countered that back, but I think I like holding the Miscalc for this Mind Twist. Nice. So we counter this. So they're holding... Wait, they pitched Cryptic. Okay, so they're holding Grief, Liliana, neither of which is that good here. They are threatening to... Okay, I honestly think they should have just gone for the ultimate there. So you take out Gifts, fair enough. Mana Drain, good draw. So let's just play... Or grab Zerda. Play Hallowed Fountain tapped and pass. There's even some argument for holding the Hallowed Fountain, but I think it's worth it to play here. And then we get to get a few looks next turn. We could just discard the Zerda to the Bitter Reunion, potentially. I think I do want Croxa in this matchup. Croxa seems really good. Like, Zerda, I think, will also be pretty good, but this is just a great matchup for Croxa. So, Mana Drain. Hopefully we can draw something good. They plus their Jace. They play Grim Monolith. Don't care about any of that stuff. We're going to make a bunch of mana. Oh, baby! That was probably the best draw we could have had. Let's just jam it. We have exactly enough mana. So then we can exile the top 5 cards of our deck and cast instants and sorceries from among them. Could also just dome this for 5, but I don't think that's worth it. So let's exile the top 5 cards of our deck. Hopefully we hit some action. Oh my god, these are all copied too. What? This is sick. Okay, so we don't have red mana actually. That makes this a lot worse. Yeah, that actually sucks. Okay, so now that's a lot less good. We still get double ponder, but... Oh wait, we can only cast one of them? Yeah, okay, well, sure. We get... Oh, double ponder is great. Oh my God. Okay, these are good. We'll keep them. So we'll go. Teferi's the best. We're going to put that on the bottom. So Teferi, Kaito, other Teferi. No. Oh, then there's another Ponder. I forgot about that. Man, these are so good. Um, so Teferi's the one we want the most. So I'm gonna leave that on the bottom still. So I am worried about milling myself. That is honestly our biggest concern. Um, they might concede, of course, before we actually have to kill them. But we're so light on win conditions, and Chandra does just like sort of take out our deck. Okay, looks like they're going for the Mind Twist. They take out our hand, but then we can play Teferi. Big Teferi. A lot of good cards down the drain. Colonnade is also a win condition, I guess. I don't think we exiled Colonnade with this. Yeah. There's that. That's fine. I'm going to Chandra to just kill both of their Planeswalkers. And they might concede now. But Teferi is, or Chandra is a real I mean, it's good. I'm definitely happy we drew it. Best draw for sure. But it is a real liability of exiling our entire deck. That's yet another good draw. So we're going to remove 4 loyalty counters, kill both of these. And now, I mean, we have 3 Planeswalkers versus them having nothing. They're top decking. We also have Fractured Identity. Still a little bit worried about actually dealing 27 points of damage. So I hope they play something good here. Like, I would love it if they played Elspeth Sun's Champion. Okay, not great. I think I'm not even going to plus, or I'll plus Chandra for mana. Colonnade, that's a good draw. Alright, yeah, we have a plan now. Colonnade can win this game for us. Chandra can also like kind of burn them out. Untapping their Grim Monolith, sure. We have instant speed Fractured Identity available because of Little Teferi. It's fine. Okay. Plus. Animate. Oh, I should have. Okay, slight misplay. It's fine. Should have added mana for this to do it. So then we could have just sequenced the tap land, but I don't think that's really relevant. Let's just pass. We get to still hold up Fractured Identity and Firebolt. They're like kind of on the mill plan at this point. I don't really see another way they can win. Just gonna add more mana. Keep in mind that all of our cards are copied. So we can actually, Firebolt will deal 8 damage by itself. I'm kind of tempted to just dome them for 8 end of turn if they don't do anything. And then we can, that puts them to 11, and we can actually kill them next turn if they don't do anything right here. So maybe we're better able to close out the game than I realized. Firebolt your face, copy it. First time really doing stuff with Chandra, but seems pretty good. And I guess we haven't done anything with it the last 2 turns, honestly, but it's still very good. Like that, just plussing, like hitting double Ponder there was just insane. Okay, animate this. It's huge that we have this Colonnade. I would be seriously concerned about our ability to close out games if we didn't have Colonnade. I guess we actually can't quite kill them. We could put them to 1, but let's just yeah. I'm gonna plus again, honestly. Jace. Okay. Plus land and a Jace plus targeting them. It means we don't have up Fractured Identity for a turn, but like this just there's so few things they could have here, so we'll just make sure they don't draw one of the few things that wins. Basic Plains is not that. Once again, slightly mistapped. We actually could have held up Fractured Identity, but this is very much over. We know they're drawing planes. This deck is savage. I do think Crooksha looks really good in this matchup. Zerda was kind of nice there, although it didn't do that much. Yeah, let's bring this in. Sorry, Zerda. Now, we could bring in Virtue of Persistence too if we wanted. They're playing just like blue-black control, basically. This does kill Grief. Yeah, I think I like having it also gives us some late game power. Let's cut the Gifts. Gifts is good with Croxa, but I'm a little worried about milling myself. Actually, maybe Gifts is still good. Yeah, you know what? I think Gifts actually is pretty good. Specifically with Croxa. I'll cut Dam, and I'll cut... I still like the Fire Covenant. Definitely like the Counter Magic. I think on the draw we can afford to cut a Plains. Yeah, we cut our double white card. I'll cut a Plains on the draw. 16 lands plus Lorien revealed. When we have perfect fixing, should be fine. Okay. Keepable hand. We have all of our colors. We have like a threat, some removal. Reanimate might be a little awkward for a while, but still not bad. Play Swamp to play around potential Wasteland. Not that I think that's that likely. Do we want to just jam Bitter Reunion, discarding Lingering Souls here? Oh, no. We will kill that. Unfortunately, that actually does... Oh. Interesting. So, they're under some pressure to take Firebolt and also some pressure to take Reanimate. They go for the Reanimate. Alright, so this is fine. We'll Firebolt their thing. It does exile our Firebolt, so we can't flash it back later, but that's fine. If they have a Reanimation spell, they can bring back their Grief, and that's, like, decent value, I guess, but I'm not too worried about it. Shallow Grave, doubt the Voidwalker, cast Reanimate. That's okay, that's fine. Yep, so they need to take Kolaghan's Command here. But still fine, that doesn't do that much. We can just play Lingering Souls and try to trade with the Grief. Duretti, interesting draw. Still gonna play Lingering Souls first, though. They offer the trade. Interesting. They might have another reanimation card, but I'm definitely still going to do this. Nice, that worked. So let's just get Duretti going. Not that Duretti is phenomenal in this position, but it's not bad. It stops like a lot of their cards they could top deck. Like if they top deck Jace, we don't care anymore. Pass back. This is a situation where I do kind of wish that I had Zerda. Good draw. Pass with Reprieve up. We have a lot of tokens here. They're not doing too much. Okay, that's fine. So I want to get both a second black and a second red source here. We cannot get both. Which is a higher priority? Kind of interesting. I guess double black. So, do we want to get Godless Shrine or Watery Grave? I'll get Watery Grave. Teferi's a great draw. We have so many Planeswalkers in this deck. I love it. Looks like they're just conceding. Yeah. Alright. Well, 1-0. So far, so good. I think I'm still going to keep Zerda for the main deck. It's kind of close, but yeah. We'll run it like this. See you in round 2. Alright. Round 2 against Grixis, not sure exactly. We're on the draw, doing pretty poorly on the die rolls, but as I mentioned before, I think we're actually kind of fine with being on the draw with this deck. Okay, good hand for sure. I mean, multiple removal spells, counter magic, a threat, all our colors. Can't really ask for more than this. We can get Plateau with this, so we can hold up Burst Lightning if we need to. Okay, playing against a green deck, that's got to be good news for us. I'll grab a Jeskai Triumph if we don't have to use Burst Lightning here, which would be great. Okay, Cycling Generous, that's fine. Most things they could play here die to Burst Lightning. I guess they could go like Ren in 6, but I don't care that much if they don't have a fetch land. Smuggler's Copter, that's actually pretty annoying. It's not the end of the world though, because we can counter their next play. Ooh, interesting. I think I'm still holding a miscalc this turn. Could just put a beefy 5/7 into play, which actually looks kind of good. You know what? I'm doing that. Like, they're unlikely to have a good way to deal with this Generous Ant. This stops them from attacking with a Copter. We can also sack the food token to Duretti, so we can use that next turn. Tireless Tracker, that doesn't do anything. So end of turn we'll go Burst Lightning the Tracker, untap, and then I'm just going to Duretti the Copter. Let's just hold it miscalc, honestly. Yeah, I think that's a bit better than playing Duretti. But I'm not going to crack the food token in the turn, even if we don't have to use the miscalc, because I want to keep the artifact in play. Don't really care about my life total here. I'm trying to kill them before they're able to really get going. This is why I like Reanimate. Like, our deck is so poorly set up to play Reanimate. We have literally no creatures that even work. Like, you can Reanimate Croaks if you want to make them discard a card, and I think Croaks is our only creature. But it's still great because we just have so much, I'm going to counter this. Because we have so much interaction, we can bring back their thing. Okay. Hymn to Torok. That is good. I think that's actually even, once again, better than going for Duretti. Put them down to 1 card. We take their Minsc and Boo. That's nice. And hit them for 5. Pass turn. Actually, O'Hare would have also been pretty good. They're down to 10. Man, Land Elder Gargoth is honestly one of the best things they could have had there, but I still think it's fine. They should not crew here. I mean, they can hit for 3, but yeah, that's as expected. Okay, so we could just Duretti kill Gargaroth. I think I like that plan. Get this into play, put them to 5, and then they're dead to this Generous Ant next turn. Really not much they could have because we can Fire Covenant to take out whatever they play as a blocker unless it's a 14/14. Okay, so solid start. We just wrecked red-green there. The old turn 2 Generous Ant, putting in some work. Just 1 and 4 attacks. Their deck looks interesting. Should be a pretty good matchup, I think. This is another matchup where Croatia looks decent. They're not going to struggle to kill it. And knocking the last card out of their hand can be relevant. So I think I'm going to... Well, what do we not want? Maybe we just run it back. I mean, I also like the idea of playing Virtue of Persistence, though. Yeah, I think I'm going to make this exchange. Reanimate looks good. I think we can cut Bitter Reunion. And I guess I'll just cut the gifts. Maybe we play Bitter Reunion over the Plains again on the draw. But no, we have Damnation, or the... Yeah, Dam, I guess that we really want to overload. I guess drawing cards is so nice, though, against their deck, but... So the thing I'm most afraid of is Planeswalkers. I think I'm just going to cut this. It's fine, but I don't want to not have double white. We could cut one of our other basics, I guess, but I think this is fine. So we're good against creatures. We're bad against Minsc and Boo. Really bad against Minsc and Boo. We do have a couple counter spells to deal with it, but that's kind of it. So hopefully they either don't have it or we can line up a mana drain with it. This deck is very nice. I love this style of deck. I do wish we had 1 or 2 more win conditions because I hate having to worry about getting milled. Like 1 Elspeth Sun's Champion or Otari, that bird would be nice. But still, very sweet deck. Lots of interaction, interesting mana sequencing stuff, lots of Planeswalkers, card draw. Okay, great hand. We'll keep... I think we're going to just get blue-black with this fetch land so that we can have access to all our stuff. They have a fast start. We'll see what they're able to do on turn 1 here. Oh, turn 1 survival of the fittest is not scary. Basic Plains wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but not the worst. It's kind of interesting if we want to go for the Hymn to Torok next turn. I think it's better to actually hold up Counter Magic. Big turn here. If they can play that stupid 3/4 guy, that would be annoying. Hopefully they just develop their mana. Tireless Tracker would be annoying. Augur Bottom is medium annoying. It's not great, but it's not too bad. Hopefully they don't get tons of free value off of it. Ooh, good draw. Think I'm still going to hold up Remand / Miscalc. Dang, they got a free land off the top. That's pretty bad. Yeah, this Augur Bottom could be a little annoying. It also survives Burst Lightning and Firebolt. Are they really going to do nothing? Okay, that's fine. Raphellos. Okay, I'm going to reprieve this rather than miscalc because it's the kind of I want to miscalc something that's actually good. Like that doesn't do much yet. Okay, now let's play Lingering Souls, taking a turn off where they can. Yeah, the shields are kind of down here. If they have Minsc and Boo, we're gonna lose. But this is a key moment in the game. If they cannot do anything huge here, we get to go Hymn to Torok plus Miscalculation, which is really strong. We know two of their cards. They discard the Augur so they can find Questing Beast. I hope they don't have it, but that's definitely the most likely from the way that they're playing. Questing Beast is really good against our deck. Good against all our Planeswalkers, survives most of our removal. We have answers to it, of course, but it's very good. We have many, many Planeswalkers in this deck. Oh, Primeval Titan. Interesting. Do they have Black Lotus? Or maybe they're just playing Raphellos again. Sure. So, Scavenging, sure. Yeah, let's just fire off Hymn to Torok. No! Come on! Oh, that's brutal. Very, very unlucky. The odds were, 2/3 that we were going to hit there, and we did not. And now Miscalculation doesn't do it because they have, 9 mana? That sucks. So they're going to kill our Teferi. They're going to, oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. That's so good for us. I don't think they knew about the miscalculation, so I'm not necessarily saying it's a misplay, but that worked out so well for us. We're able to stop this. And now if we top deck a board sweeper, it's just over. We just win, basically. But if they can kill, they have a good board presence. Any land they draw is good. Any creature they draw is good. We draw an absolute brick. I think we actually need to play this Spiral Bluff Canal because I really want to be able to play Chandra next turn. And then do we want to play Lingering Souls? Kind of interesting. If we play Lingering Souls... Oh man, but they can get their Scavenging Ooze to be huge. We can play Chandra and minus to deal 5, but they can grow their Scavenging Ooze to be a 6/6. I think I'm going to pass this turn and hold Lingering Souls because I just don't really want them to be able to take it out with their Scavenging Ooze. There's a world where we're able to just go off and make 8 tokens with Lingering Souls plus Chandra. That just seems so much better than only making 2. Okay, they found a creature. And yeah, honestly, at that point, almost any draw would be good. Any creature, they can search up something, and any land, they can redraw with Tireless Tracker, getting another look at a creature. We'll see what they have here. Elder Gargaroth. Okay, so it's kind of board sweeper or bust at this point. Yeah, Chandra can't deal with the Gargaroth. It's board sweeper or bust. Fire Covenant would maybe do it. They don't attack with the Scavenging Ooze. That's weird. Doesn't really make sense. Alright, can we get a dam? Mana drain. Are we dead on board then? We're not dead on board. I mean, yeah, we'll try our best. That's all we can really do here, I guess. I'm gonna get another white source into play because this gives us one extra look. We can next turn we have exactly enough mana to play Sunbaked Canyon and crack it. Actually, we have an extra mana. Play this and crack it and still have double white in play. We could have also played. Oh no, it would have been much better to play Chandra and plus to make mana and play Linger. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It would mean we have Chandra in play, but then they could just kill the Chandra. Either way, it basically comes down to just top decking a sweeper next turn. But maybe, actually, yeah, it would have been better to play Chandra first. So you get to draw another card. Lots of beefy stuff over there. It's good that they don't have Crater Hoof. Like, honestly, their deck doesn't seem... Well, they have... I guess they have, like, Minsc and Boo. They have some pretty scary stuff. But, like, oh, Hexdrinker's scary, too. Okay, well, we gotta draw it right now. We have 2 looks to find Dam. Fire Covenant no longer does it. Yep, it is 100% just Dam or bust. 1 in 24. We get 2 looks, so it's slightly better than that, but not great. Taito, not gonna get the job done. We will draw a new card. Dam. Kolaghan's Command, close, but no cigar. Alright, going to game 3. It should be a good matchup. I'm not too worried, as long as they don't have a really broken draw. Do we want to make any changes? No. Yeah, I don't think we need to. Yeah, this should be a great matchup. We have so much removal, sweepers, stuff like that. Reanimate looks good against them. Okay, we can keep this. A lot of removal, which is always a good place to be. We also have all our colors. Derogatory Speaker is great for us. Interesting. So I'm going to shock this into play. We're going to... I guess I'm just going to Virtue of Persistence this. Like, we could hold up Burst Lightning and try to get them sink mana into it, but I think I would rather use this efficiently, just, like, curve out to some extent. We actually don't have mana for Kolaghan's Command or Fire Covenant right now. Whoa. That's not cool. Elder Gargaroth. Okay. That's quite bad. Man, frustrating. So we can take this out next turn. Yeah, I'm just going to cycle this, grab a red source. Our only red source is Rogran Triumph, so we have to do it this way. Play this, pass. It's actually not even the worst. They get to draw a card, so they're going to get to, yeah, it's basically a 2-for-1. Like, they're going to get to draw a card, then we're going to use this to take it out. So that's not even a 2-for-1, actually. It's like a 1-for-1, but they're going to hit us for 12 damage. Okay, I hope this is a creature. Okay, that is interesting. And also bad. Because now they hit us for 10. So we cannot Fire Covenant anymore. Man, strong draw. If we draw a red source, we have a chance. That doesn't do it, though. We could have played Fire Covenant. Well, wait, no, we still... We can survive at 1. We need them to have nothing. But we can go Burst Lightning this guy, and then Fire Covenant, pay 8 life. Go to 1. Crazy situation. It's going to be very hard for us to win this game. But it's not impossible. I don't think we have any life gain in our deck, other than this Virtue. If that didn't gain his life, we would already be dead. Okay, Augur Volume is not too scary. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. I wish they played something that would die to Kolaghan's Command. We can just play... Okay, sure, we can beat this. Mana Drain, interesting. I think I'm going to play in Flashback Lingering Souls. It means it takes us off of Mana Drain for a turn, but I think I'm sort of assuming, like, I'm going to have to play like they don't top deck really well. If they can just slam good things every turn, we will lose. So, Shields are down. This is a key turn. If they just play land and pass, and we get to untap with Kolaghan's Command and Mana Drain, I'm not going to say we're ahead, but we're in a decent position. Oh, well, okay, that wins. Tough. So we could have just played Lingering Souls and then passed with Mana Drain up and countered the Hex Drinker. That would be an okay position. Now we're just dead unless we top deck. Like, we have a few outs. Either Teferi would do it, Dam would do it. But we need to draw right now. Darkslay Shores. Too bad. Uh, I guess I won't concede yet. I can't really imagine a way that they don't just level this thing up all the way. Honestly, I'll just concede if they level it up. Yeah. Okay. So I think that is a good matchup, but we do lose. That's tough. Yeah. How could we have done? I mean, I guess they turn Black Lotus into turn 2 Elder Gargaroth is pretty good. Maybe the path we could have taken to win would be to try to get them to sink mana into Draga Tree Speaker and then Burst Lightning it in response. That would have slowed them down by a turn. It was also huge that we didn't have Black-Red. Like, we had 2 lands that were blue and white, so we could not play Fire Covenant on turn 3. If we could have Fire Covenant before they dealt us 10 damage, it would have been over. I think we would have been in a phenomenal position. We just take out their Gargaroth and their dude. They don't get to draw any cards. Yeah, that probably would have been a way we could have won. Tough match for sure, especially because I do think we crushed green decks in general. I think this deck would beat that deck like probably at least 9 times out of 10. But it doesn't really matter who wins the long run game if you lose the game that actually counts. So 1-1. See you in the finals. All right, we went 0 for 3 on die rolls here. Not ideal. So we're going to be going on the draw against Woodward Upper. Hopefully we get a keepable hand with good colored mana. I don't want to have to not be able to cast my Fire Covenant again. Woodward Upper is debating whether to play or draw. It could go for the card advantage of being on the draw, especially if they have Mox to catch up. They increase their chances of turn 1 Mox if they're on the draw. Yeah, they should probably go second here. Although whatever they pick, I do hope they just pick 1. Alright, they do end up deciding to go first. A little bit weird, but fair enough. This hand is sketchy. No black mana. No castable cards, but we do have Dam, which is our best card if we're behind. I think I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. It has a fail rate, but we have 15 lands plus Lorien Reveal that would all be amazing draws. Even 1 land would make this hand pretty good. Okay, solid. I still think I'm gonna play turn 1 Rogran Triome, but I'm happy to draw land there. That can get either Scrubland or more likely Watery Grave. Jace Vryn's Prodigy, okay. Kolaghan's Command is a nice one. They just passed, they don't even play land. They should definitely loot main phase if they don't have a land. It's cutting Time Warp, interesting. And then they play Ancestral Recall. Okay, well, pretty good. Fast Bond. Whoa, a lot of stuff going on over there. If they play creature, okay, they don't do creature, so I'm going to go for Kolaghan's Command then. Not a bad draw, but still going for this. So you discard a card, 2 damage to you. This is like, so we get Ancestral Recall is a 2 for 1. This is a 3 for 1. This is a 2 for 1. Fast Bond is a 0 for 1. So we're kind of even on cards, but okay, they counter this. Man, I almost want to concede. This is just awful. Now they get to flashback Ancestral Recall. Disgustingly strong start from the opponent. Discarding Grist, interesting. So they're playing Sultai. They've drawn now 6 cards off of Ancestral Recall for 2 mana. Pretty good. It's still not over though. I mean, it depends on what they have, but we have a lot of good interaction. We can hopefully ponder into something. We could also reanimate their Grist potentially. They play Oracle of Moldiah. Jesus. Oh my God. What is going on? This is extremely tilting. They have 5 cards in their hand still. Okay, this is not fun anymore. Geez. Okay. Not much to say about that one. Hopefully that never happens again to anyone. I think I will just run it back here. Crochet doesn't look as good against a deck that has Oko. Yeah, I'll run it back. That was brutal. Jeez. Just ripping 4 lands in a row off of the Oracle. Okay, we can work with this. We can work with this. Not interested in playing Faithless Looting for a little bit. I'm just going to grab Jeskai Triumph on turn 1, then hold up Reprieve for turn 2. Hilarious to be playing literally 0 creatures in our Reanimate deck. Hymn to Torlok, interesting. I think I'm going to hold up Reprieve. I hope they go for a... I mean, well, I don't hope they go for Oko, because then they have Oko. But we can Reprieve something even if it's uncounterable. They go for the Grist or Leovold. Either way, we're going to be hitting that with a Reprieve. Hopefully we can find the land, specifically a black source. Nice. Okay. Lorien Reveal's not the worst. Let's hit them with a hymn and hope they hit the Grist. Grist would be pretty annoying. We do hit the Grist plus land. And I'll pass. I'm not going to play Faithless Looting here. You can cycle Lorien Reveal to get a white source. They have Karakas. Okay. Karakas is another reason to not play Grist. Or not play Kroxa. Okay, do we play around them having a counterspell here? Interesting draw. Kind of want to save it for Board Sweeper. I think I'm actually going to go for Reanimate here. They cannot Karakas it back. We care about Jace much more than this Reanimate. Okay, so we could have shocked to play around this, but I think I'm actually pretty happy to have that trade. I think I'm just going to Firebolt, take this down now, limit their mana. We could try to get extra value out of Dam, but I think if we have Jace in hand, we can afford to just try to slow them down and then win with this Jace. Ancestral Recall, come on. Okay. So I'm just going to play Jace and try to break... I mean, yeah, we don't really have a plan other than just hoping that this Jace can get there. Can this resolve? Okay, Remand is not as bad as straight up Counterspell, but that's... I mean, yeah, their deck is good. Their deck looks just honestly absurd. Probe, don't care too much about that. They get to see that we have a Board Sweeper, though, which is not ideal. Ancestral Recall is a very broken card. I wish that I had this. This is like the perfect sort of matchup for it, where you have like lots of discard and kill spells and counter magic. Like that's exactly where Ancestral Recall is at its best. Okay, they play Devoted Druid. Just gonna go for the Jace again. Ooh, that's a nice one. Please work. Come on. It's even more frustrating that it's not even a real counter. We just keep on redrawing the same thing. So we cannot play Fractured Identity next turn. We'll see what they play. Oracle of Moldiah. Garrick. So they know about our Board Sweeper. So I could plus. I kind of... Okay, they do plus. Interesting. So do we want to sweep their board? I honestly want to Jace Brainstorm. They can ultimate the Garrick to kill our Jace if they want to, but that seems like a fine exchange. We get to take their Garrick off the board. And then if they don't, we get to untap with Garrick or Jace, which is great. Okay, nice. I'm happy we hit some lands. Um, I'm gonna play Colonnade this turn. Next turn, I think we're planning. I guess we'll go this on the bottom, then Fractured Identity, which is the card we're gonna draw. Yeah. Pass turn. Now we'll see if they want to trade their Garrick for our Jace. They probably should, but I mean they should have just made a beast last turn for sure. Okay, they've sailed into the west on top. That is, dang, that's like the best thing they could have had. We have a chance of digging for counter magic. Interesting. They just go for this. That's got to be good for us. So yeah, they're gonna just make a beast now, I think, or maybe plus Garrick. Like, what is if you don't want to make a beast because you're afraid of Dam? What is your plan with Garrick? Just like plus every turn and never do anything? Yeah, that makes no sense. Okay, so let's plus and put that on the bottom. Yeah, definitely doing that. Green Sun Zenith on top. That's pretty bad. Um, what's the move here? We're one mana short of Fractured Identity into Wrath. We could go Fractured Identity into Dam, but then we don't have. I think I want to save Fractured Identity ideally, but maybe we don't. Like this Garrick will be annoying if we don't take it out. Okay, I think I'm gonna Ponder and then Fractured Identity. We know the top card is bad. I think these are all bad. Let's just shuffle. Good draw. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Fractured Identity. And honestly, I'm just going to take out their thing. There's an argument to holding the Dam, but I think just like clearing the board seems pretty good. We get to pass with two Planeswalkers. Yeah, they're drawing a good card, but I think we're in a pretty good spot here. Pretty stacked graveyard. We have Firebolt in the graveyard too, which we can flash back, although I don't know how valuable that will be. They played that Garrick very poorly. They got literally no value out of it. They should have just been making beasts. I know that it feels bad to make a beast when you know your opponent has a board sweeper, but they needed to make us use it. Okay, they Green Suns for 6, maybe Primeval Titan, Vorinclex. Man, Vorinclex is actually very good here because it stops our Teferi. And they have Karakas to protect it. Yeah, that's probably going to be able to kill us. Bitter Reunion. Okay, let's play the Reunion. Discarding Faithless Looting. Those are both pretty bad. Yeah, I think we're just dead, honestly. Like, how can we beat this Vorinclex? It wrecks all our Planeswalkers. Yeah. Whatever. So, like, I guess we could keep fighting, but I just know that that's not going to win, and we're not even playing for the trophy. So, tough ending. I think this deck was really good. It's weird that we lost to green decks. I would have thought that would be one of our best matchups here. Why did we lose to green decks? I mean, I guess the green creatures have gotten a lot better than they used to be. They have haste and, like, other stuff like that that make them better against Planeswalkers. Yeah, I don't know. I think this deck was good. I probably played a little bit sloppily in some points. It was still fun. I really like playing this style of deck, and even if I can't always win, we got some really good games. The first match, it definitely looked totally broken. Let me know what you think about the Zerta versus Croxa thing. I think it's a pretty close decision. Zerta was like okay once. It didn't do a ton. The mana was interesting. There was one game where we lost because our fixing wasn't good enough, which is funny when we have 13 non-basics plus Lore Interfield, but cannot control variance entirely. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.